Hi, this is Bob Maslin, Blade from the HomeSeer message board. Uh, Today we're going to go over the BLDSC plugin for HomeSeer 2 or HomeSeer 3. It is actually up and running in HomeSeer 3. What this plugin allows you to do, it allows you to basically monitor and control your DSC security system. I believe it works with an 1832 system as well as the 1864 as well. I'm running a 1832. Seems to work no issue with an IT100 COM interface for it. So let's get into it. We're on the partitions web page right now. So this allows you to maintain the different partitions configured in your system. So I have two systems in my system. I have the house, and I have my workshop separate. So what this does is it shows you all the zones assigned to my house, front door, mudroom, garage door, etc., etc. If any one of these zones was open, it would appear red here. The workshop, same thing. If any one of these was open, it would be showing as red. So what this does, you can see my workshop is actually armed right now in away mode. From this page I can actually disarm it, and it will disarm that partition. For the house, I can arm away or arm stay from this page as well. It allows you to edit it. So if you go in and edit, this allows you to change the name if you want. It allows you to assign more zones if you want as well. You can just uncheck or check the box, click save, and it will update the partition. You can actually delete as well from here. So let's go through the zones page. Okay, so this allows you to set up all the zones in your system. Currently I have 24. I don't have them all set. But this allows you to basically name your zones so that they are, so they mean something to you. So you just change the names you want, click the save button, and it will update. Users. This allows you to add in the users that are assigned in your security system and give them the code that they are assigned in the system. So if we click on add, type in the user's name and the code that's assigned to those users in the system itself, in the DSC security system. Let's see, we can actually edit. If you change the code, you can update it here. You can't change the name. If you want to get rid of them or rename them, then you can delete them and re-add them. Okay, let's go into the options. Debug logging. Like in my other videos, very important for finding issues. If you have an issue, the best thing to do to capture it is to turn on debug logging, capture the issue occurring, and then come back in here and turn off debug logging. The log that it creates will end up in your HomeSeer root folder, and it will always be the name of the plugin -detailed.log, and they'll always be in your HomeSeer root folder. DSC COM port, that's just basically the COM port number that your system is running on, the baud rate, the interface. I'm using the IT100. You can use the PC5401, which is an older interface. The virtual keypad, you can enable the virtual keypad here. This I believe does not work with the PC5401, and I believe if you pick the 5401, it will disable that in the actual plugin itself. You can put in the number of zones that you got in your panel, 128 being the maximum. This is the number of minutes to poll the system. So it will poll the system every 60 minutes. If you just want to disable polling, to put a 0 in here, and that will disable it. Default security code. This is your default code. This is the default security code that will be used by the plugin when disarming a partition from the Maintain Partitions page, or responding to the DSC system panel when a code is required. Some commands you run, there's a code required. This is the code it will use. If there's nothing here, then likely it will fail because it requires a code. Check this box if you would like to use the images in the device strings. If you turn this off, then it won't use any images. This allows you to customize all the default partition messages and icons for your devices. So it allows you to specify the message and the icon that it uses as well. These are the default ones that come with the plugin. They are all the ones, they're filled in for you automatically, but you can override them. Same with the default zone messages and icons, you can override all those as well. Logging, this will log to this file in your HomeSeer root folder, I believe, or it could be in the data folder. Not sure, but it's either in the HomeSeer root folder or it's in your data folder underneath BLDSC. You can turn that off and on. This is a number of days to keep the activity logs for. The activity log message colors for information, you can specify whatever color you want. For warnings, I'm showing light blue, errors red, alerts are orange. Commands, any commands that you're sending will be turned up as green. This next option is for logging any messages received from the DSC panel to the HomeSeer log. So those are when a zone opens, you'll see a message in the HomeSeer log if you so want to. If you don't, you turn that off. It's really only used for debugging purposes. Same with the next one. This will log all messages sent to the panel. Once again, really only used for debugging. Suppress activity for unconfigured partitions and zones. So this will turn off. It'll suppress all the activity for partitions and zones that are not configured in the plugin. No activity information for these zones will be logged when this is enabled. Include headers and footers on log web page, so you can turn that on and off. It'll just remove the HomeSeer headers and footers like this from the page in case you want to show it in HS Touch. Use zone names for assigned zone list. If you turn this on, this will show the zone names when you have your list of assigned zones when you're creating a partition. Otherwise, if you don't turn this on, it will just show the zone numbers, which can it can be confusing, so it's best to show the names with them as well. For the reports, there's the activity log. I'll load it up here. Sometimes takes a little bit to load up because mine's quite large. So while we're just waiting for that to show up, everything the system does is logged in the activity log if you have that turned on the options page. If you don't turn it on, then nothing really gets logged, and it just logs it to a text file. And I believe it's either in your data folder underneath BLDSC, or it's in your HomeSeer root folder. So the log is up, so you can see basically everything that's happened in the past for quite a while. So you can see the workshop garage door was restored, the front and the rear garage door, and from here you can clear the log as well. That'll totally clear everything out. Support form, once again you click on that, it takes you to the BLDSC support form on the message board. Now for creating events, there are triggers and actions for DSC. So we can trigger on anything we want here. So you can trigger on a system partition number 1, number 2, any of the zones, and depending on what you pick, you'll get a different trigger. So you can basically trigger on everything really in the system. So if you click partition 1, you can basically, is it ready, is it not ready, is it armed in away mode, stay mode. So anytime that happens, you can do something in HomeSeer. Turn on an event. You can run an event. You could turn on a light. whatever you want to do. There's, I believe, actions as well. Let me see here. Let me just put something in here. It's disarmed. Let's go to the actions. DSC actions. So you can basically do a few of these actions here. You can set the time, which will actually set the time in the system to the current time. I find that handy for daylight savings. I have an event set up that will just run this when it changes. After a few minutes, after the time changes, I run this and it resets the time for me. You can do a virtual key press. You can arm a partition in away mode, stay mode, disarm it, trigger a panic alarm, all from here. You pick it and you select which partition you wanna do. For a virtual key press, you can basically enter all these keys or a combination of those keys to do what you need. So I hope this has been helpful. That's all for now. Thank you.